You love your dog, right? You'd do anything for them. But what if we told you that some of the treats you give them could actually send them straight to the vet or worse? Yeah, we're talking about foods that can turn your happy pup into an emergency case real quick. Some of these are obvious, but others, you might be feeding them right now without realizing it's a ticking time bomb. Stick around, because number 3 is something a lot of people feed their dogs daily without knowing the brutal consequences. Let's dive in. Number 10, grapes and raisins. If you've ever thought, oh, it's just a little grape, what harm could it do? Well, brutal truth is even one grape can send your dog into kidney failure. That's right, one tiny, innocent-looking grape can destroy your dog's kidneys, leading to severe illness or even death. The scary part is scientists still don't know exactly what makes grapes and raisins so toxic. Some dogs seem fine after eating a few, while others collapse after just one. Raisins are even worse. They're concentrated. Think of them as grapes on steroids. The smaller size makes them easier for dogs to eat in large quantities before you even notice. If your dog eats grapes or raisins, don't wait for symptoms. Get them to the vet immediately. It's not worth the risk. Number 9, chocolate. The classic killer. You've probably heard chocolate is bad for dogs, but do you know just how deadly it actually is? The problem is theobromine, a chemical that dogs can't process. While humans handle it just fine, dogs' bodies struggle to break it down, meaning it builds up to toxic levels quickly. The darker the chocolate is, the deadlier it is. White chocolate versus dark chocolate. You are getting where we are going with this. And if your pup gets their paws on some, expect vomiting, tremors, seizures, internal bleeding, and in severe cases, fatal heart failure. Many dog owners think, oh, it's just a little bite, it won't hurt. Well, that's how accidents happen. One second, you're sharing a snack. The next, you're rushing to the vet. Be smart. Keep your chocolate stash far away from your dog. Number 8, xylitol. The silent assassin. Here's how it works. Xylitol tricks your dog's body into releasing a huge surge of insulin, which drops their blood sugar to dangerous levels within minutes. The symptoms include vomiting, weakness, confusion, tremors, and, if untreated, a coma. Xylitol is a sugar substitute found in sugar-free gum, candy, peanut butter, and even some toothpaste. And for dogs, it's one of the most deadly substances they can ingest. Even a tiny amount causes a massive blood sugar crash, leading to seizures, liver failure, and even death. And here's the worst part. Many dog owners unknowingly feed their dog xylitol because they don't check ingredients. Some brands of peanut butter contain it, and people spread it on dog toys thinking it's a treat. Always read labels. If you see xylitols, keep it far away from your pup. Number 7, onions and garlic. Onions and garlic make your food taste amazing, but for dogs, they're a one-way ticket to anemia. These seemingly harmless veggies destroy your dog's red blood cells, leading to weakness, lethargy, and even life-threatening organ failure. The worst part is symptoms don't show up right away. Your dog might eat some garlic bread and seem fine, but days later, they're weak, barely moving, and struggling to breathe. It's a delayed attack, which makes it even more dangerous because by the time you notice, the damage is already done. And it's not just fresh onions and garlic. Powders, seasonings, soups, and even baby food can contain enough to cause harm. It doesn't matter if it's raw, cooked, powdered, or fried. Any form is dangerous. If you ever suspect your dog ate onions or garlic, don't wait. Get them to the vet as soon as possible. Number 6, avocado. The overrated health trend that's not healthy for dogs. Avocados might be a superfood for humans, but for dogs, they're a digestive nightmare. The problem lies in a toxin called persin, which is found in the flesh, skin, leaves, and even the pit of the fruit. While small amounts might not kill your dog instantly, it will build up in their system, leading to vomiting, diarrhea, and in severe cases, heart damage. And speaking of the pit, this thing is a choking hazard and an intestinal blockage waiting to happen. It's large, hard, and perfectly shaped to get stuck in your dog's throat or intestines, requiring emergency surgery. There are plenty of safer, healthier treats for dogs, unless you want to explain to your vet why your dog ate a luxury-priced fruit and nearly died. Just keep the avocados to yourself. Number 5, macadamia nuts. You're snacking on some macadamia nuts. Your dog gives you the look, and you think, what's the harm? These little devils are insanely toxic to dogs. Even a few nuts can cause vomiting, weakness, tremors, and paralysis within hours. The strangest part is no one knows exactly why macadamia nuts are toxic to dogs. Science still hasn't figured it out. But what we do know is that dogs who eat them can experience temporary paralysis, severe lethargy, and even hyperthermia, where their body temperature skyrockets to dangerous levels. Macadamia nut poisoning isn't usually fatal, but it can leave your dog completely immobilized for days, requiring intense veterinary care. And if you mix macadamia nuts with chocolate-like and cookies, that's double trouble. You're looking at a full-on toxic overload. So unless you want to test your vet's emergency response time, keep these nuts out of your dog's reach. Number 4, alcohol. Some people think it's funny and even cute to give their dog a little beer or wine. After all, one sip won't hurt, right? Besides, I'll get a ton of likes on social media. Let me tell you now, it will kill your dog. No amount of likes is worth the life of your pet. And even small amounts can cause severe poisoning. Dogs process alcohol much slower than humans, meaning even a tiny sip can lead to vomiting, disorientation, seizures, and coma. And it's not just drinks. Fermented foods and even some mouthwashes contain alcohol, which can be just as dangerous. Symptoms kick in fast too. 1 minute, your dog seems fine, and the next, they're stumbling, drooling, or even losing consciousness. In severe cases, alcohol poisoning can cause heart failure and death. So, no, your dog is not your drinking buddy. Next time you're enjoying a drink, keep your pup's curious nose far away from the glass. Number 3, raw dough. The fermenting disaster. You're baking bread and your dog snatches a piece of raw dough and you think, no big deal. It's just flour and water. It sure is a disaster waiting to happen. When your dog eats dough, the yeast ferments inside their stomach, creating alcohol and gas expansion. This means 2 terrible things are happening at the same time. 1, alcohol poisoning, because the fermentation produces ethanol, which gets absorbed into your dog's bloodstream, leading to alcohol toxicity. 2, stomachs that bloat and rupture. The dough expands like a balloon inside their stomach, causing extreme pain and potentially cutting off blood flow to vital organs. Dogs who eat raw dough can experience severe bloating, breathing difficulties, vomiting, and even collapse. This is a straight-up emergency, and without immediate treatment, it can be fatal. Moral of the story? Keep your baking experiments far away from your pup. Number 2, cooked bones. You must be wondering, aren't bones good for dogs? Yes, but only raw bones. Cooked bones are a time bomb in your dog's stomach. The worst case scenario is those sharp fragments cause internal bleeding, blockages, or even perforations, which could require emergency surgery, or worse, be fatal. And don't assume size matters. Chicken bones, beef bones, pork bones, all cooked bones are dangerous. Even if your dog has eaten them before and seemed fine, it's just a matter of time before disaster strikes. Here's the problem. When bones are cooked, they become brittle and splinter easily. This means that when your dog chews them, they break into sharp, jagged pieces that can tear through their mouth, throat, stomach, and intestines. So, if you want to give your dog a bone, make sure it's raw and appropriately sized for them. Otherwise, it's just not worth the risk. Number 1, milk and dairy. You might think, but dogs love milk. And sure, they like it, but their stomachs, not so much. Most dogs are in some ways lactose intolerant, meaning they lack the enzymes needed to digest dairy properly. So when they drink milk or eat cheese, you're basically setting them up for a massive stomach disaster. Think diarrhea, bloating, gas, and cramps. And here's where it gets worse. Many cheeses contain added salt, garlic, or herbs, which are already toxic to dogs. So even if your dog can handle a little dairy, you might be unknowingly giving them something even worse. While a tiny amount of dairy might not kill your dog, constant exposure can lead to digestive issues and long-term health problems. So, unless you enjoy cleaning up explosive diarrhea, skip the dairy and stick to dog-friendly treats. So, how many of these surprised you? Be honest. Did you ever feed your dog something from this list without realizing the danger? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because in the next video, we'll tell you the secrets behind why a dog really stretches. You might think it's just a random stretch, but the real reason behind it will blow your mind.